Welcome to Taittinger's series of podcaps, audio programs that will take you on a journey to discover the soul of Taittinger champagnes. It's summer with long-awaited reunions on the terrace and the sun is shining. It's time to take a seat in the shadow of champagne and enjoy the perfect tasting. But how is this sublime and delicious beverage produced? Through 8 episodes in this new season of podcaps, you'll find out all about 8 key stages in the production of champagne. After a long period of rest, we must make the wine clear again by removing the sediment that formed during the second fermentation. The time for riddling, as Julien Lataix, Disgorgement Manager at Maison Taittinger, explains.
Le remuage consiste à tourner les bouteilles.
Riddling involves rotating the bottle an eighth or a quarter of a turn at a time, while gradually tilting the bottle neck down. Moving the bottle in this way allows the sediment from the yeast, used to turn the still wine into sparkling wine, to fall by gravity into the bottleneck, to then be ready to be removed during disgorgement.
En fait, dans le tas de bouteilles, les bouteilles sont à l'horizontale.
The bottles are stored horizontally in the wine storage bottle wall. The yeast, after fermenting, dies and settles along the length of the bottle. The yeast then has to be removed, which is why we move to the riddling stage. And this starts by rotating the bottle an eighth of a turn. If you rotate the bottles too much, it'll put the yeast back into suspension and therefore riddling won't be really successful. After turning the bottle an eighth of a turn, we leave a rest period in between rotations. So what happens next? As we progress, more and more sediment gathers in the neck of the bottle, which allows us to rotate the bottles more, this time by a quarter of a turn. By the time the quarter turns are finished, the bottle is practically vertical. At this stage, we look to make sure all the sediment has moved along the length of the bottle and into the neck. We look at the upside-down bottle with the sediment, which should be concentrated at the cap at the very end of the bottle. At this point, the riddling process is complete. Then these bottles either remain in the gyropalette or, for the Comte de Champagne, they're removed from the riddling rack and positioned neck down in pallets and are then taken away to be disgorged. Disgorging involves ejecting the yeast from the second fermentation and then adding a dosage liquor, known as liqueur de dosage or liqueur d'expédition. The cork is then put in the bottle, the wire cage is fitted, and after that, the bottle is ready to be labeled.
L'entreillage, c'est toute la période de tirage.
Stacking lasts for the entire duration of the bottling period. We have a schedule for bottling which takes place in the first half of the year, from January to June, more or less, depending on the quantity of wine to be bottled. Riddling on the rack takes a month and a half, except for Comte de Champagne cuvées, which come out later. Otherwise, we use bottles that are in the cellar as we go along. These processes take place throughout the entire year.
Do you want to discover the next stage in the production of Taittinger champagne? Find all the episodes on The Instant Win on podcast platforms and on our blog, theinstantwin.taittinger.fr.